Islam Makhachev's dramatic transformation ahead of his upcoming clash with Jack Della Maddalena has become a major talking point across the fight world. As he moves up to welterweight, the lightweight champion appears bigger, stronger, and more focused than ever. However, questions remain about whether that transformation will be enough when he faces one of the division's most dangerous strikers. As fight night approaching, legends, veterans, and rising stars across the sport have all shared their thoughts on what many consider one of the most intriguing style clashes in recent UFC history.
What are you doing to become a welterweight? Like, are you bulking up? Are you getting stronger? Are you just going to cut less weight? How is this going to work?
You know, it's not easy, man. All my life I cut weight, but now when I want to be big, my weight stays same position, you know. I try to lift more, we do some program, and like slowly, we bring some maybe 2 kg right now. It's very hard, you know, but I don't want to be big by food, you know, eating and not training. I want to be with the like muscles, you know. I want to training, do like a right lifting program and bring some muscle.
Sleep. Still alive. He's also about to jump. Look.
Look at sleep. He's sleep.
Stephen Thompson approached the matchup with measured skepticism. A seasoned striker who had witnessed generations of contenders rise and fall, he acknowledged Jack Della Maddalenna's rapid ascent through the rankings, but questioned whether this was the right moment for such a massive step up. In his mind, transitioning from defeating top contenders to challenging a dominant champion like Islam Makhachev represented an entirely different level of test. While he recognized Maddalena's undeniable talent, he couldn't help but wonder if the leap had come too soon. With dangerous names like Shavkat Rakhmonov and Ian Gary waiting just below, Thompson suspected that Maddalena might have taken on more than he could handle.
Yeah, who do you think wins that fight between Islam and Jack Della Maddalena?
Well, first off, I gotta say, if I was Shavkat Rakhmonov or Ian Gary or somebody that is right there who's really worked hard to get there, I'd be pretty pissed. Because, you know, this guy, JDM, just got the title, and then he's giving somebody else a shot at what I've earned the right to have, you know, which is the title shot. Like, give JDM a shot at, you know, give him 1 or 2 more guys. If he beats them, then give him somebody outside the division. But I would be kind of pissed. I would be kind of upset that they're giving this guy immediately somebody from 155 division. Now, I think it's a very tough fight for Islam Makhachev. Bigger guy. Somebody who won the title from somebody with a similar style in Bilal Muhammad. I do believe Islam Makhachev striking is a lot better than Bilal Muhammad's, but their pressure, their cardio, their wrestling background, fairly similar. Obviously, I think one would be better than the other, but he's faced somebody a lot exactly like him. So I think it would be a tough fight for Islam for sure.
Max Holloway analyzed the matchup from a more cerebral perspective. To him, the fight wasn't merely a contest of strength or technique, it was a mental chess match. He viewed Jack Della Maddalena as a rare type of fighter, one capable of adapting on the fly, reading opponents, and shifting strategies mid-fight. That adaptability in Holloway's eyes was what could make the clash so compelling. Opposite him stood Islam Makhachev, the embodiment of discipline, a fighter known for executing his game plan with near-flawless precision.
Your thoughts on Islam moving up to welterweight?
I think he'd be fine, man. I think he'd be good, you know. He's number 2 pound for pound in the world. You gotta respect that, but don't sleep on Jack. I think it's gonna be a tough fight. Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and when that match happens, I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's gonna be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack.
Yoel Romero, a fighter well-versed in battling elite-level opponents, expressed deep admiration for Jack Della Maddalena's development. After watching Maddalena's recent performances, Romero recognized a competitor who fused high fight IQ with composure beyond his years. He was particularly impressed by the Australian's calm demeanor under pressure, especially during during his short-notice war against Belal Muhammad. To him, Maddalena embodied a new breed of welterweight, one who could fight intelligently without sacrificing his aggressive edge.
Yoel Romero gives his honest take. Yoel Romero just shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, and it's a must-hear. Romero believes that Maddalena, while being a big 170-pounder, might face a tough challenge against Makhachev's superior grappling. Do you think Jack's striking can beat Makhachev's grappling?
Charles Oliveira, having shared the octagon with Islam Makhachev himself, viewed the matchup from a more grounded perspective. With first-hand knowledge of Makhachev's relentless control, Oliveira respected Maddalena's patient, methodical approach, his ability to break opponents down piece by piece rather than rushing for a quick finish. What fascinated him most, however, was the potential dynamic in the later rounds. Oliveira believed that if Maddalena could endure Makhachev's early onslaught and extend the fight into deep waters, the Dagestani champion might find himself in uncharted territory.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
Maddalena, ele é jogo muito complicado, porque ele é cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Belal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é um jogo que, tipo, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Belal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Islam agarrar e botar pra baixo é o time.
Robert Whittaker, ever proud of his Australian roots, made it clear that his support was firmly behind Jack Della Maddalena. Having competed across 2 divisions himself, Whittaker understood the dramatic impact that just a few pounds can have at the elite level. He viewed Maddalena as a fighter who thrives in chaos yet never loses composure, a rare and valuable balance in modern MMA. In Whittaker's eyes, Maddalena didn't need to completely neutralize Islam Makhachev's wrestling. He simply had to prevent it from becoming one-sided. If Jack could keep the fight standing, control the center, and make Islam respect his striking power, Whittaker believed an upset was entirely possible.
As you can be.
Because I think Jack has that X factor. I think he has the gut, the grit, the determination to fight the takedowns, to fight the ground, the takedown attacks that Islam is going to go for. And I think in a striking fight, straight up, Jack is better. I think he wins in the hands.
Yeah.
I think Jack's got the better game to strike over 5 rounds than Islam does as well, especially if Islam is trying to go for takedowns during the fight. I think, and this is people sleep on Jack's grappling game. They sleep on his jiu-jitsu. I don't think Islam is going to be as gun-ho with the takedowns as everybody believes, because Jack has that level of offense off his back.
Philip Rowe shared that optimism but took it a step further. He argued that Makhachev's frame wasn't naturally suited for welterweight and that the physical difference would become apparent once the fight began. Rowe envisioned Maddalena's blend of speed, accuracy, and power overwhelming Makhachev over time. He predicted that Jack's relentless pressure and high output could wear Islam down before the fight ever reached the judges' scorecards.
Philip Rowe, what's cracking, man? Chilling. Hey, now listen, you're welterweight. You've been in the game a long time. Islam moving up to 170. Is he big enough for 170?
My personal opinion, I don't think he is, but he's a champ. We'll see when he's there. You know what I'm saying? He has a fight. He's fighting the champ. That's the best 170 in the world right now, right? So we'll see.
So you don't think he has the size, but how do you think he does in the fight versus JDM?
I personally think JDM beats him. I think JDM will be able to get up if he does take him down. I don't think he'll be able to take JDM shots. I think personally he'll stop Islam.
Carlos Prates, who also featured on the UFC 322 card, added his voice to the growing support for Maddalena. What impressed him most wasn't just Jack's technical precision, but his mental steadiness under duress. Prates admired the composure Maddalena displayed while enduring constant wrestling pressure in past fights. For him, the true challenge wasn't merely defending takedowns, it was sustaining that same calm and discipline for the full 25 minutes. Prates believed that if Jack could maintain his patience and poise throughout, he might drag Makhachev into deep waters and earn a decision victory, an achievement few had ever managed against the Dagestani champion.
The main event is also in your weight class, JDM and Islam. Who do you think is going to win that?
I think the favorite is Islam, but Jackie show like he grew up a lot as a fighter. Since his top fight now, he was a long time without fight, almost 2 years, and
he got really good skills to fight Belal Muhammad, defense takedowns. So I think he's gonna win.
You think Jack is going to win?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think he wins a decision, or do you think he stops him?
I think decision is really hard fight.
You think Islam stays at 170 or he goes back?
If he loses, I don't know. It depends how he feels during the fights. How close is gonna be the fight, you know?
Gilbert Burns, one of the sport's most respected veterans, provided perhaps the most balanced assessment. He suggested that Makhachev's move to welterweight could actually play to his advantage, eliminating the strain of harsh weight cuts and allowing him to enter the fight fresher with improved stamina and sharper reactions. Yet Burns also acknowledged that Maddalena would not be walking in unprepared, with submission expert Craig Jones, who had previously assisted Alexander Volkanovski in his preparation for Makhachev, helping Maddalena refine his ground defense. Burns viewed the matchup as a tactical chess game between two world-class teams operating at the highest level.
Islam is working very hard. He's been saying vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proving himself. He's #1 pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're gonna have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much on that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Sean O'Malley viewed the fight from a broader perspective, focusing on its long-term implications rather than its technical details. To him, this matchup wasn't just about the welterweight title, it was about legacy. O'Malley believed that the winner could set themselves up for major crossover opportunities in the future, potentially even matchups with global stars like Ilia Topuria. He also highlighted the unpredictable chaos that Jack Della Maddalena brings to every fight, the kind of energy that can instantly change the course of a bout.
Islam relinquish his belt and go up to 170. Got JDM taking on Islam Makhachev.
I still think Islam's skill for skill is just so high level. For him to go out there and do what he did against Belal was very impressive, made that Islam fight more interesting. If JDM can shut him down and throw those hands, but Islam's boxing is underrated. That dude is slick. His kickboxing, his timing, like he's a high level black belt in every aspect of MMA.
Big belt. Who give him that?
Jack versus Islam, I think, is huge. Not as big as Ilia versus Islam, but who knows? Maybe they both win and Islam comes back down to 55 and the fight's even bigger.
Merab Dvalishvili, one of the most relentless wrestlers in the sport, analyzed the fight through a grappler's lens. He maintained that Islam Makhachev still possessed the ideal tools to surprise the world and capture the welterweight crown. Having built his career on non-stop movement and fluid chain wrestling, Merab understood the importance of control and positioning better than most. After closely studying Maddalena's previous fights, he noted how even Belal Muhammad, renowned for his relentless pressure, struggled to take Jack down consistently.
Islam, he's moving up to 170. Do you think that he gets the job done and wins that title, or do you think JDM retains?
It's gonna be hard for him, but it's possible to Islam Makhachev wins the second belt. JDM is great fighter, great striker, but Islam is tricky. He has a good wrestling. He's southpaw. He don't get hits, but he takes people down and he balls people down. And also we all see the JDM Belal Muhammad's fight, and then I'm sure Islam will take lots of lessons from this fight and Islam will make some adjustment. It's possible, it's gonna be hard, but Islam can win the second belt.
Ian Gary approached the matchup from a more physical standpoint. He emphasized that Maddalena is a true welterweight who could never safely make the cut to 155 pounds, and that natural size advantage could drastically alter the fight's dynamics. To Gary, Maddalena's raw power and durability set him apart. If Jack managed to land clean early, Gary believed the fight could end in explosive fashion, a statement knockout capable of shaking the entire division.
Who do you think wins, Jack or Islam?
It's such a tough one to talk about. Islam is phenomenal. He's good everywhere. Size matters. When you're talking about an extra 15 pounds, when you look at the size of Volkanovski versus Jack Della Maddalena, there's a big size discrepancy. And Volk gave him a good fight. And then Dustin Poirier, it wasn't absolutely completely dominant by Islam. It was a tough fight. Size is going to play a huge part, even on the ground. I feel like Jack could get it done with just some clean boxing and good takedown defense. But I can absolutely see Islam coming in and doing what Islam does and going out there and just looks like the phenomenal mixed martial artist he is.
Dan Hardy, known for his sharp analytical breakdowns, found the matchup intriguing for a different reason. He has long been fascinated by how dominant champions handle moving up in weight. Hardy pointed out that success in one division doesn't always translate to another, as each weight class has its own rhythm, tempo, and level of power. He believed Makhachev's performance would depend heavily on how well his body adapted to the welterweight frame and its unique physical demands. Still, Hardy reminded fans that even if Maddalena managed to pull off the upset, the path ahead in the division would be far from easy.
John Jones against Tom Aspinall, which is the blockbuster. I think Della Maddalena's got a bright future. I don't know whether he's going to hold the belt or, he's going to lose it to another one of the top contenders and then pick it back up again. I don't think he's going to lose it to Makhachev, though. I think Makhachev holds the lightweight belt against anybody in the world, on any day, including Ilia Topuria. I don't think if he moved up, he would have much success against Makhachev.
Beneil Dariush, a battle-tested veteran who has shared the cage with some of the sport's toughest names, viewed the matchup as a bold and risky move for Makhachev. He argued that when fighters' skills are evenly matched, physical attributes often become the deciding factor, and in that area, Maddalena might hold the edge. Dariush saw Jack's combination of endurance, strength, and natural size as potential problems for the Dagestani champion. While he respected Islam's calculated, methodical approach, he suspected that Maddalena's pressure and physicality could force Makhachev into unfamiliar territory, testing his composure and endurance like never before.
Islam versus JDM. Do you still favor Islam in that matchup?
I'm going to lean now towards JDM. I feel like the size will make a difference. Cardio-wise, JDM has great cardio. Maybe I'm wrong, but so I just feel like JDM.
As the debate continues, one thing remains clear. Islam Makhachev's move to welterweight represents far more than just another title pursuit. It marks a defining chapter in his storied career. For Jack Della Maddalena, it stands as the ultimate opportunity to prove that his rapid ascent was no accident and that he truly belongs among the sport's elite. Whether the bout serves as a testament to Makhachev's dominance across multiple divisions or a breakout triumph for the Australian, it promises a clash filled with tension, chaos, and elite-level strategy from start to finish. With champions, legends, and rising stars all voicing their perspectives, the stage is set for one of the most unpredictable showdowns in recent memory, a battle of skill, strength, and willpower that could redefine the legacies of both fighters.